Too much social media consumption can have a negative impact on our mental health, leading to diminished self-worth, poor academic performances, and social anxiety. Do you know how many people use social media? According to Statista.com, social media usage is one of the world's most popular online activities. In 2020, over 3.6 billion people were using social media worldwide, a number projected to increase to 4.41 billion by 2025. 3.6 billion people have smartphones, which means more than 3.6 billion people have at least been on social media. Today, I will be discussing why you need to be cautious being on social media because it has a negative impact on our mental health. Mental health affects how we think, act, and feel. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and how we make healthy choices. Mental health shouldn't just be important to me, but to you as well through every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. By tuning in my speech, I would hope that you would take more precautions being on social media. To begin, I will discuss how a negative impact on mental health can lead to suicide, next, poor academic performances, and finally, social anxiety. First, let's begin by talking through social media influencing suicide. Social media can influence suicide by many ways, but the two most common ways would be cyberbullying and portraying suicide methods over the internet. According to Dr. Luxton, Social Media and Suicide, a Public Health Perspective, a suicide preventionist who wrote an article on social media and suicide in May 2012, found that a review of data collected between 2004 and 2010 via survey studies indicate that the lifetime cyberbullying victimization rates range from 20.8% to 40.6%, and offending rates range from 11.1% to 20.1%. There is so many victims because of social media, and there shouldn't be at all. The internet is a very dangerous place. In addition to Dr. Luxton's A Public Health Perspective, also states that although cyberbullying cannot be identified as a sole predictor of suicide in adolescents and young adults, it can increase the risk of suicide, amplifying feelings of isolation, instability, and hopelessness for those with pre-existing emotional, environmental, and psychological stressors. Cyberbullying is definitely, without a question, plays a huge role into one's mental health, leading to hopelessness and depression. Social media also portrays social suicide methods over the internet, which is very terrible, not for one person, and it affects their mental and physical health. What people see on their internet is like following the leader. When one person does something, the other person wants to do the same. For example, TikTok. When one person does the same, the other person wants to do the same dance. It is very scary to know or to see if someone is trying to hurt themselves online, and we don't want that because it would affect their mental health. In the same article, it describes that another concern is the media contagion effect. The media's influence on suicidal behavior, especially suicide method used, has been well documented, and social media may possibly increase the risk of the media contagion effect, especially among young people. Suicides happen almost every day, and social media is just an add-on to it. Now that I have talked about social media influencing suicide, let's move on to social media influencing poor academic performances. According to bmcpsychology.com, the relationship between social media and social networking, addiction, and academic performances, a cross-sectional study in May 2019 found that uncontrolled use of social media reduces the study time, which has a negative impact on academic performances of students. Reducing the quality of sleep negatively affects the students' concentration and academic quality. Students will be too sleepy and too tired to concentrate just because they were up all night being on social media, and it is very time consuming. I am a student myself, and social media is very time consuming and gets me very tired and very distracting for us. According to the same study of BMC psychology, if students fail to manage the time they spend on social networks and the reasons for doing that, they will be seriously harmed at social levels. Accordingly, the result of a study showed the overuse of social networks affects the social life of individuals. Every one of us needs a real, humane, and genuine connection, and social media takes it away from all of us, and we need to have better interpersonal communication skills. Now that I have provided information about poor academic performances, let's move on how social media plays a role on social anxiety. There is correlation between social media and social anxiety. According to Fatima Fazida, Social Media and Anxiety, a survey, a research article in September 2019 found that social media can weigh in when it comes to anxiety in adolescents, especially since it has grown fast in recent years. Social media can create a lot of pressure to create the stereotype that others want to see, and also being as popular as others. People compare themselves to each other on social media and can experience that their life is not as fulfilling as the lives of others. Who here has not ever compared themselves to other people on social media? Imagine seeing many other people comparing themselves to others online because they see and they want what they want, and they look up to them. I myself had compared to others on social media, and it is not the way to go. It affects my mental health, and I'm pretty sure you shouldn't do that. It is very unpleasant, so please stay away from that. Social media is a very big bully, and don't let it go through you, because I'm gonna let it go through me, and if I can do it, you can do it. Hopefully I have provided with you enough information of why you need to be aware of being on social media. First, I talked about how social media can influence suicide. Next, I talked about how social media can lead to the poor academic performances and how social media plays a role in social anxiety. As this speech is coming to an end, how did this speech make you be more aware of being on social media? I hope everyone is careful and manages their time wisely on social media. So please try to manage it wisely and stay away from it. Please don't exceed the limit. Thank you.